Bungee Jumping. I am Steve Ember and I am silly grifty with exploration in VOA Special English. Imagine standing at the edge of a tall brick, hundreds of meters below you, river water rush by, you take a deep breath and jump off the bright, head first into thin air. As a reaction to such excitement and fear, the hormone and adrenaline flows through your body. There is nothing but a long rubber rope attached to your ankles, holding on to your very life. Some people call it crazy, others say it's exciting. Whatever you might think, bungee jumping has become a popular extreme sport all over the world. Bungee jumping is not a new activity. Men on Pensock Island in the South Pacific have been doing long jumping for hundreds of years. The men tie long vines from plants around their ankles. They spend days building tall tower out of vines and logs. Then they jump off these crude truss. It takes a great deal of skill to jump correctly and safely. Land diving for them is an important cultural activity. According to their belief, the first land diver was a woman. She decided to run away from her abusive husband, so she climbed up a tall tree and tied some vines around her feet. Her husband chased after her up the tree. He reached out to grab her, but the woman jumped and the man followed. The vines saved her life, but her husband died. Land diving has become a way in which these Island men show their bravery in front of the woman. People of the village sing loud songs to show their support for the brave divers. This tradition is also a way for the men to voice their trouble in public. For example, a man can discuss his marriage problem before his jump. The villagers, including his wife, must stand and listen. This action caught the interest of some students at Oxford University in England. In the late 1970s, they formed a group called the Danger Sport Club. They like to invent risky and sometimes crazy activities. They were some of the first people to test several of what are now called extreme sports. They are said to have invented modern bungee jumping. In the spring of 1979, members of the group jumped off the Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol, England. They were attached to the bridge by a bungee cord along elastic rope that strict has. They were dressed in black and white clothing and held bottles of charmed wine. The press quickly reported on their wild activities. The group soon received even more attention when they organized a bungee jump off the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, California. A man named A.G. Hackett of New Zealand later heard about this group. He decided to make the sport into a business. Mr. Hackett worked with his friend Henry Van As, who was an expert at skiing. They started developing bungee ropes and material. Scientists at Auckland University helped them. The two men know that people would find bungee jump exciting and fun, and they knew people would pay money for the experience. They saw the word about bungee jumping. They held a major jump in 1987 off the famous Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. The latter got permission to open the first bungee jumping operation on the Kawarau Break in Queenstown, New Zealand. Many people paid $75 to jump off the ride with a bunga cord attached to their ankles. Mr. Hackett worked hard to make sure the public knew how safe his materials were. He developed a method to guarantee safety called the Bungee Code of Practice. Bungee jumping might seem frightening, but is a very safe activity if you go to a well-established bungee jump company. People who work for bungee operator usually have a great deal of training and experience. They use very strong and carefully made rubber ropes. They choose a rope based on the jumper's body weight. This is so they can manage how much the rope stretches when the person falls. The rope attached to a harness deviated around the jumper's ankles. Often operators use a body harness as well. This is so that you have twice the protection in case on harness breaks. Good bungee operations. Make sure all equipment is in excellent condition. They should also do several checks to make sure all ropes, harness, and teeth are correctly actioned. It is important to remember that this sport is not safe for everyone. People who have high blood pressure or a heart condition should not try jumping. People with back or knee injuries who suffer from epilepsy should also avoid this sport. And remember, if you do not feel like experiencing it yourself, you can always watch other people jump. Now you have jumped beyond up and down several times on the rubber rope and are hanging by your ankles in the middle of their arm. You may be wondering what you are supposed to do now. Do not worry, the operator have different choice for getting you back to land right side up again. Oftentimes, a bungee guide on a rope will attach you to your rope and help you back up to the structure you jumped from. One extreme sports company gives a warning on its website. It warns the bungee jumping might lead to big smile and deep feeling of happiness and excitement. Change is beginning in New Zealand. Commercial bungee jumping has spread to countries everywhere. One of the highest bungee jumps in the world from a structure is near Locarno, Switzerland, over the Verdasca Dam. The drop measures 220 meters. In fact, you can see the character James Bond jump off this very bright in the 1995 movie Golden Eye. Or there is the 216-meter jump from the Blauwkrans Break in South Africa. This is the highest single arch break in the world. Of course, not every place has a body of water with a break from which you can jump. Some amusement parks offer bungee jumping from crane machinery. In the Andes Mountains of Peru, you can visit Action Valley outside the city of Cos. Visitors can jump from a metal box that hangs from cable high up in the air. Most of these companies can sell you video recording or photograph of your jump. This way you can prove to your family back home that you were brave enough to bungee. No extreme sport companies are finding ways to make bungee jump and fun more frightening. Some of the bungee jumps at night or jump where you fall off a structure backwards. There are also bungee jumps from flying helicopters and hot air balloons. You can also try Bungee Jump for two. Some companies can harness two people together so you and a friend can experience twice the excitement. AG Hackett Company even offers a ski jump of the tallest building in Macau. Just how far would you go to experience that fast rush of bunga fair? Hosia Muzingwa helped run a bunga operation on the Victoria Falls Bridge between Zimbabwe and Zambia in Africa. He has been jumping from this 111-meter drop for many years. From the still breath, you can still the giant water of Victoria Falls, one of the large waterfalls in the world. Mr. Muzingwa explains that every human being wants to feel the rush of adrenaline. He says, "View Bungee Jump, you leave all stress and bad thinking behind." He says you came back up with a new mind. But what does a person who is new to bungee jumping think about this sport? Tim Rooney recently traveled to Victoria Falls. He only had 24 hours to spend in Zimbabwe, but he made sure he found time to jump off this famous break toward the powerful Zambezi River. Here is what he had to say about the expansion. Tim Rooney. Hi, I am Tim Rooney from Washington DC. Jumping off the bridge was one of the most spectacular practice moments of my life. The idea hadn't really occurred to me until we got to the falls and we saw the view. I decided what better way to get to know this view than to jump into it. I think that the jump had more of a scary impact on my girlfriend. How to watch the whole thing to an observer, a bungee jump looks like a terribly violent process. But the actual experience of is one of floating. You jump and you don't have any sensation of being took of falling or anything. You just are floating up and down. It is one of the most calm, wonderful thing I have ever done. I recommend everybody do it. This program was written and produced by Dana Demange. I am Steve Imber, and I am Shirley Griffith. You can read and listen to this program on our website voaspecialenglish.com. Join us again next week for exploration in VOA Special English.